Hey everybody, how's it going? Hope you have an amazing day. Today is some of the most beautiful weather I have ever seen in Texas. And I'm going to show you a couple of things that look pretty cool outside, just so that you can kind of share in my joy. Because I really do, I don't want to just say, I hope you're having a lovely day. I want to actually contribute to you having a lovely day. You know who's not having a lovely day? This guy who has an LG washing machine. He has an LG washing machine because he bought an LG washing machine. He is not as stupid as I am because I bought an LG television, but we're kind of in a similar boat here with regards to how they abuse their customers. I just got notified by my washing machine that the cycle just finished. I clicked on the notification and I saw that I had to accept the new terms of service before using the app again. And as you can see, this is one of those standard new types of terms of service that you have. It used to be that when you got an application, it used to be when you bought a product, you accepted the terms and conditions. If you wanted to decline them, cool. If you wanted to accept them, great. And that was it. Nowadays, you use an application and this cloud-connected bullshit, the terms of service that you agreed to at the time that you purchased the product, well, they can just kind of tear that up at any time, can't they? And you have this screen over here. There is no decline. There is no not interested. There is no I want to go back to the terms and conditions that were present when I bought your goddamn product. Anyway, I clicked the notification. I'm in the EU. I generally never see things like this. They take everything. You are so right to call this the mentality of rapists. They take everything just to give you the most basic info in exchange. The shittiest deal ever. The app was cool to use because it was very practical to see how long a cycle would take. But this shit can't even work locally on my IoT network. I had to open it to the internet just to receive notifications. If you read about what they take from the vacuum cleaner, WTF. I know there is still this Home Assistant thing that has many plugins that can be used with connected appliances, but it seems complicated to set up. Anyway, here's some screenshots of the terms of service. So let's take some looks at the screenshots of this terms of service. Right over here, it's talking about information collected and stuff like that. Advertising partners. We share personal information, including how you interact with our services. The ads you see, the purchases you make with social networks and other advertising partners in order to measure the effectiveness of our advertising, improve our marketing practices, and help deliver you more relevant advertising. This may sound, if you're being really charitable, like they're just using Google Analytics or something to see how you browse their website. However, if we continue reading, in accordance with your marketing preferences, we may also share your personal data with third parties who are offering products or services that we believe may be of interest to you or who are otherwise conducting marketing research and analysis. These parties may use your personal information to contact you with offers or advertisements. So let's dig through this a little bit. Firstly, we may share your personal data with third parties who are offering products or services. So they're going to share your personal information. And we're going to see what kind of personal information they collect on you in just 1 minute. And they may use that information to contact you with offers or advertisements. And when they say that we may share this information with people who are conducting market research and analysis, essentially what that means is they want to figure out a profile on you. They want to figure out a profile as many people as possible. Something tells me that LG is not a charity. When it says other business partners here, I imagine that they're talking about business partners, as in money changing hands, as in they are selling this to somebody else, so that when you buy a washing machine from LG, they are selling information on you to other people who want to figure out a profile on you. You bought a washing machine. You're buying something that uses water and soap to make your clothes clean again. If somebody told you 20 years ago that you would be forced to sign and accept terms and conditions that allow a company to sell your data to other people to build a profile on you that you're not going to get any money from, by the way. They're not sharing that money with you. You would think that person was Alex Jones. Let's be real. If I was doing this video in 2001, you would put me in the same category as Alex Jones. You would think I was absolutely batshit crazy out of my mind. And you would be right to think that, because 20 years ago, the world was not a meme. Now, let's take a look at the second page here before I get to the finale. Information collected when connecting to the robot vacuum cleaner. Images and drawings. Map. Cleaning reservation information. Cleaning history. Cleaning diary list. And video information. So let me get this clear. Let's say that I am having sex with my girlfriend and this vacuum cleaner is cleaning the stuff and it just so happens to get in my room because the door was cracked open. It is going to take video of that. It has the ability to take video of that, and it's going to upload that to LG. Because I hit accept on the terms of service for the washing machine. They don't even have a separate terms of service for different devices. If I hit accept on the terms and conditions to a washing machine, you now have the ability to see video from my vacuum cleaner. Now I get it. To be clear, I understand that if you have a robot vacuum cleaner, you don't want the thing to just bang itself into the wall over and over again. That would not work. It has to, make a map of your home, take some video, figure out where things are. I understand that. Why the fuck do you have to upload that to LG? How about that stays on my fucking vacuum? How about I don't connect my vacuum to the goddamn internet in order for it to do that? I'm sure everybody in my audience have different preferences, and I'm not here to shame you for your sexual preferences. We don't kink shame here at Rossman Repair Group. But Something tells me that if you enjoy watching your wife get fucked by somebody else, or you enjoy other people watching as you have sex with your husband, that likely does not include your vacuum cleaner or the manufacturer of your vacuum cleaner. Gets better. Information collected when using your smart television over here, which you already know, by the way. OTID, TV operating system version, device feature set code, content recommendation list, and content ID. So essentially, they know who you are, they know what you watch, they know when you watch it. That's not a conspiracy, because if you take a look, even if we want to be as charitable as humanly possible with this, when you buy an LG TV, like I did buy this piece of garbage LG G3 OLED over here because I'm an idiot, look at what it says. Look at the default option on this thing when you turn it on. Do not sell my personal information is turned off. Who are you allowing to see video of when I'm having sex and the vacuum cleaner walks into my room? Can you clarify that, LG? This is not funny anymore. It really isn't. And the only reason that this is even allowed to happen, the only reason that this is allowed to be opt out rather than opt in, the only reason that this is allowed to have accept all, no decline, no not interested, no give me the terms of service that I agreed to when I bought the fucking product, is because our consumer protection agencies in the United States are a complete and utter joke. They don't protect the consumer. And when they do actually penalize a company for doing something wrong, as I mentioned in my video on AT&T, Verizon, Sprint, and T-Mobile selling your data without your consent, they get penalized anywhere from 0.1% to 0.5%. In one case, I think it was 0.02% of their net profit for the year. Not their net profit in general, their net profit for the year. Why would you change your behavior? There's no reason for them to change their behavior. And I'll pin this comment every time it shows up from time to time because people are not really aware of the degree to which people lick a corporate boot in regards to these types of practices. They'll say something along the lines of, well, they can't make the TV cheap. You bought a cheap TV, so you asked for this. If you were willing to pay for a proper product, this wouldn't happen. My TV is $3,600, you fucking cunt rag. I never consented to this. This is literally when I went to my local store, when you sort the televisions by highest price to lowest price, this was the most expensive one in stock. And this is still the option. This is something that every single company is doing nowadays. It's not because they need to subsidize the fact that they're losing money on the hardware. They're doing this in spite of the fact that they're making money hand over fist on the hardware. You constantly hear this thing about innovation, about how supply chains are getting better and better. It's easier to manufacture things cheaper and cheaper. In spite of that, prices keep going up. And the quality of service keeps going down. Not only did I opt in to having my personal data sold when I used a washing machine, you also opted me in to all of my other LG devices selling my data when I used a washing machine. How about you at least let me get fucked separately? Do you have to take it all away from me with one click of accept on my washing machine? Can you at least have a different terms of service, separate one for the TV to fuck me, for the washing machine to fuck me, for the vacuum cleaner to fuck me, and then after it fucks me, upload a video of it to LG? So that they could probably upload it to Pornhub or something. And that's not a meme, by the way. Don't you dare say that that is some slippery slope fallacy thing. That happened 3 years ago when this wasn't in the terms of service. Apple Authorized Repair found a customer sex tape on an iPhone and uploaded it to their social media account. Not only did this get uploaded just so that it would look like that, this accidentally got leaked in a data breach, they uploaded it as the customer after logging in to their social media account. So it would look like this poor victim over here wanted Granny Macy and Auntie whatever to see that they were getting railed by somebody. Local. This is why every single device in my home that is smart is set up through Home Assistant without the ability to connect to either the internet or any other computer on my network other than a virtualized instance of a Linux operating system running Home Assistant. That's all it could connect to, and that's all it ever will. And I'm laughing because my father always had this saying, he was a very respect-worthy man, of if you don't laugh, you'll cry. No matter how horrible things were in his life, no matter how much everything was falling apart around him, he always used to say, if I didn't laugh, I'd cry. And it works for me. It's the reason that I'm able to come up here and talk about all these things every single day, walk away from this, and genuinely enjoy my life. But it doesn't make it okay. Lastly, since he mentioned that thing about Home Assistant and it being difficult, do let me know if you actually have any interest in me making a very detailed guide on how to do that. I don't want to just make a guide on that. If I made a guide on it, I really have to do the whole thing, which is why I've kind of been putting it off. for instance, in my house, I've said that I have an air conditioner and I have a thermostat, and I can set that thermostat from anywhere in the world, and I can just, if I've been away for a week and a half, I can have the AC turned, up something high or turned off, and then I can turn it down when I know I'm one day away from being home. And I've said that this does not connect to the internet. My thermostat cannot connect to anything on my network besides Home Assistant, and it cannot connect to the internet at all. Home Assistant machine cannot connect to anything but the thermostats, and because I have an OpenVPN or WireGuard set up, this stuff can't even go online. I VPN in or WireGuard into my home setup, and then I have access to this stuff. And, it's a little bit of a pain in the ass to set up, but I'm kind of thinking of doing a guide on the entire thing. Not just on that, I really want to go over the entirety of the setup. So, for instance, I've talked about this with images. If you want to get around using Google Photos, you can use something like Image, where if I search for cat in chair, it literally is smart enough to show me every image of a cat in a chair. It loads it instantly. Like, I typed cat in chair, and here are a bunch of pictures of a cat in a chair. I also use an alternative system for my contacts so that I'm not using, if you have an Android phone, it syncs your contacts to your Gmail account. Fuck that. I'm not storing my contacts on Google. I store them elsewhere. I store my calendar elsewhere. I have my notes elsewhere. I don't use Google Keep for that. And I have a system for all of these things so that I literally don't have to have the system connect to the internet. And simultaneously, I still have access to this stuff anywhere that I want. It automatically backs everything up. One of the reasons I've thought about doing this guide and I haven't, a lot of people asked me about my phone system 10 years ago, because I had a phone system that would display the status of the ticket on the caller ID. So let's say somebody calls, let's say Steve calls me, and instead of saying, hi, what's your ticket number? I can say, hey, Steve, how's it going? Because I would see on the caller ID Steve, and then I would see next to it, need shipping. So now I know it's done. So I could say, yeah, it looks like we finished the board repair on your machine. It looks like we just got to ship it out later today. And they go, how do you know who I am? And I go, I remember your voice from our last conversation. It's kind of like when you forget the name of the person you're dating, like Seinfeld, and he's like, oh, Mulva, except actually succeeding at it. And then he realizes her name's Dolores. It's a very funny Seinfeld episode. I hope my audience is not so young that they don't know. They ask me, well, what's Seinfeld? I'll be very, very fucking depressed at the amount of gray hair I have if you guys don't know what Seinfeld is. But point being, I would have my caller ID there. It would show the status of the ticket. And because it showed the status of the ticket, the customer, instead of having to wait, I'm able to give you an immediate kind of idea what's going on, which means that there's a better degree of customer service that I can offer you on the weekend when I have 6 people in front of me and I don't have time to look up your ticket a lot of the time. So a lot of people ask me what I have. So I wrote this. I didn't write it. I created this 22-part guide on how to set up a business open source phone system that everybody was asking me to make. I had about 10,000 subscribers at the time. I'm not kidding. After I did this, I had something along the lines of 5,000 or 6,000. I lost almost 50% of my subscribers because I created a video series guide on what people actually asked me to create a video series on. So, this is one of those things where people are like, please make tech videos. We want more tech videos. And I gave you tech videos for 10 years and 99% of the time that I gave you one, you unsubscribed. So if a lot of people express interest in how to set something like this up, I will take the time to make a 2 or 3 hour long video guide showing you how everything works. I'll start with the hardware I recommend, the software, everything else. I'm probably not going to set it up the way a proper sysadmin would set it up, but I will show you some basic guide that other people can at least take as a wireframe and then critique from there. Because I've noticed there's a lot of different guides out there, but very few of them go into everything from start to finish. I don't want this stuff to connect to the internet. I do not want to see ads, whether I'm on my phone or whether I am at home on any of my network computers. I want nothing related to this IoT shit to connect to the internet. I don't want my cameras to even be able to connect to other stuff on my network. There's a way to set all this stuff up, and it's pretty in-depth and detailed, but it's one of those things where if somebody as stupid as me can do it, then most likely you can too. Many have said that I have very extreme views when it comes to advertising. There is a video that I did several months ago where I was suggesting boycotting all advertising in general. Block all ads. And the reason I said that is not because I don't want to see people get paid for what they create. I paid for SUSE Linux 8.1 when I was 12 years old, when I was making $5 to $10 going door to door and asking if people wanted their sidewalk, walkway, and driveway shoveled for $5 or $10. I've always paid for what I find valuable. I will pay for the news I find valuable. I'll pay for the documentaries I find valuable, the music, and the software. The reason I suggest blocking all ads is because advertising has gotten to a point where it is so lucrative that companies are very, very thirsty to find every single way they can to get as much data out of you as possible. And the only way to stop this at this point, given that the FTC and the FTC are, in my opinion, complete jokes when it comes to protecting the privacy of the consumer or any of the rights of the consumer, is to starve the beast. These companies will not be so thirsty, not be so bloodlusted to sell your personal data if there's no money in it. But the reason there's money in it is because we consume advertisements, because we don't have uBlock Origin, because we don't have an ad blocker like Brave browser with shields on Android or iPhone. We're not using stuff like PF Blocker NG on our routers or Pi-hole. As long as we are consuming advertisements rather than paying for products and services, this means that there will be a marketplace for personal data being sold, and it is not going to stop until there is no money in this. Right now, even when these companies get blowback, the blowback is this much, but the amount of revenue they can bring in is this much. We need to make it so that the blowback is this much and the revenue they bring in is this much, which is why I suggest blocking all ads through any means possible. Use Pi-hole, use PF Blocker NG, use uBlock Origin, use Brave with shields turned on. I tell you this as a YouTuber with 2 million subscribers. Block the ads on my channel if you want. Look at clients like GreyJ, which not only let you use other platforms but are privacy focused, and you may notice that there are certain elements that show up on the YouTube app that don't show up on the GreyJ application. There's a reason that I work on this stuff. It's not just about talking and bitching about these things. It's about actually, honestly, trying to fix them. And the way we fix it is by starving the beast. We need advertising to not be this profitable anymore, or else nothing is going to change. The FCC nor the FTC are coming to save us. That much is evident and clear. If we want privacy back, it starts with us. That's it for today, and as always, I hope you learned something. This place is called Hill Country Water Gardens, and you can go there and you can buy all different types of plants. So I got a bunch of these plants over here so that my pond has more oxygen in it, and I got some over here as well. Yeah, I got a bunch of them actually, and I put a bunch over there. And those I kind of got to move around a little bit. I had a pump and something over there to shoot water around, but that died, so I'm going to replace that later today. Another waterfall over here, and you got some more plants over there. So I added a bunch of plants for the fishy. Let's see if I can show you the blackfish over there. That's the stealth fish. You see him? You see that guy? You can barely see him, but he's my stealth fishy. So let's feed these little piranhas. There we go. Oh boy. That's a good little piranha right there. But they haven't all realized there's food yet. The smart ones realize there's food there immediately, and the other smart ones realize, there's got to be a reason that all of my brothers and sisters are running to the top of the pond. And the ones that are not so smart don't really realize that. But eventually they all see it. The smart ones end up like the stealth fish, gigantic from all the eating. Aren't they cute? That's my fishy. It's somewhat difficult to keep the water clean and clear when it's this hot outside and there's this much sun. I don't like pouring random garbage into my pond. I like to try and create a little ecosystem here with the biofilter and a couple of different types of plant life and some other stuff, so that, like, instead of having a bunch of chemicals and crap to make the pond nice, you just have a nice natural little ecosystem for a bunch of happy little fish. But that's another stealth fish over there. See him? Look at him. He's got a white stripe, actually. See, the real stealth doesn't even have a white stripe. He's just, look at him. He's practically invisible, that guy. It's nice to have a very well oxygenated pond. I don't know if this is true or BS, but when I've heard in the summer when you get algae, not when you get algae, but if the algae dies, it takes away the oxygen. So it's important to have as much as humanly possible. So this pond has a ridiculous amount of space, and I am gonna have a lot of plants for it.
Oh, there's more fishy. A lot of fishy.
Hello, fishy. In my pond in my backyard, I only have one blackfish. Actually, I have two. The biggest fish in my pond is a blackfish, and then the other one. They're very stealthy. And here I can't see it anymore either. Damn, he ran away.
There's a white fishy down there.
Where's the white fishy?
It's under those rocks down there.
You want to stand in the
It's just went past the rocks. See it? You can just barely see the silhouette.
I can't see it at all. Where'd you go, Fishy?
It moved out of your frame.
You see over there where there's like the rippling in the pond? Is that where a fishy went, or is that where something dropped off the tree? It's kind of, you see the waves and how it looks moving back and forth?
I think that's just coming off the swimmers off to the left.
These waves look very different than the lake near my house. Look at that. I could put this on a loop and meditate to that. Look at how calming it is.
This is very pretty.
I do not care at all about Apple not making parts available looking at this. Wow. I can't tell if it's a lily pad or a fish over there. Or a little crab. I think that's, I'm pretty sure that's a leaf.
I don't see lily pads.
Oh, watch, I'll show you. You see this little thing over here? What is that?
That's
In
a
the middle.
leaf. That's a leaf.
Okay, so that thing over there is not a fishy.
Oh, but the thing
What about
swimming
this thing?
up to it.
What about this thing?
Yeah, that's a fishy.
Why is it I could see it here? I cannot see it with my eyes, but I can see it immediately.
Huh.
Oh, never mind, I can finally see it with my eyes. I could see it in the phone screen, but not the eyes. Look at that little fishy.
Quite a few fishes here.
Look at him. Look at how he's strolling. See that little fishy, that little guy over there?
I see the fishy.
I should not. I can't put my finger there for too long because this is a Pixel phone and it'll stop focusing. He's cute.
It is an adorable little fishy.
I like the adorable little fishy.
Down there too.
Wow, they're so cute. I can't see the fishy. Can you point out the fishy?
There's two fishies
Oh!
down there.
Oh, that's the blackfish that I missed before. You see, I'm seeing the reflections off of the... Oh my god, you see what the reflections look like in here?
Oh yeah, you know that phone picks up a lot of reflections.
I feel like I'm on psychedelics right now. This is awesome. You get all the benefit of doing drugs using a Pixel camera with none of the downsides. See, this is... God damn. This is... I am the only, quote, influencer, end quote, on YouTube that endorses a phone this way. Fuck the size of the bezel. Who gives a shit about whether you have filters for your camera?
Yeah, it makes you feel like you're on psychedelics.
Yes,
Yeah.
this is the I'm on Shrooms camera. This is the special filter. Yes, climbing on this with osteoarthritis is a great idea.
I've got
I'm sure
your
you.
shirt
I'm sure
in
you're
case
putting.
I got your shirt in case you start to fall forward.
Yeah, I'm sure 2 fingers on a shirt with a mild pull is going to keep me from falling in here,
It might keep you from losing your balance.
or provide me a false sense of security before you push me in.
Or that.
That's fucked up,
Would you
woman.
like me to push you in?
That's
That
fucked
could be
up.
fun. I'll grab your phone before you fall in. How's that?
Why, thank you very much. But this is waterproof. You don't have to worry about it.
Okay, I won't grab your phone.
I would like to see more fish. Oh, look, there's a fishy again.
There's more fishy.
You see the fishy?
I see the fishy.
Look at the adorable little fishy. Look at him. Look, he's swimming away because I caught him. I see you, fishy. You can't run from me.
There's more coming in from the left and the right.
Wow. I can't get him on the screen over here, which is unfortunate because I really would like people to be able to see this cute little fishy that I see. Let's see, I'm going to point to him with my finger and hope that I can see him in the water.
My Nikon has a circular polarizer on it, which is really cool because you actually just turn the polarizer and it makes the glare from the water literally disappear. You can actually shoot through as if there was no glare. It's pretty amazing.
This is a cool
But that's a
4th.
real camera, not a...
Hey. Don't you make fun of my multi-purpose tool.
It's very multi-purpose. My Nikon is totally not multi-purpose, but it can see through the glare.
Yeah, which is more than I can say for this piece of shit. See, this is why I'm never going to be able to speak to a C-level executive at Google or Apple. You call something a piece of shit once, and... When do you think I'm going to get my interview with my head of engineering at Apple?
Yeah, it's a piece of shit, but hey, it's psychedelics.
Look at that fat-ass fish over there. God damn,
There's
that's
a turtle. Is that a turtle over
Okay, never mind. That's not a fat fish. That's a tiny turtle. I feel bad. I'm sorry, turtle.
there? Oh, wait. Is it a turtle? Yeah, it's a turtle.
Is that how is he moving across the water so quickly without moving his legs much?
It has flippers up front.
I don't see the flippers moving, but then again, I'm seeing him from a cell phone camera
It
like
had
200 feet away.
appendage in the front that was moving.
My phone is at 9x, so you probably can't see shit right now. Poor little Pixel 7 Pro. This phone's kind of worth it for the $300 around that I gotta use. $1 more and it wouldn't be. Like 301, couldn't, but
I think I paid $75 for mine.
yes, frugality, it's beautiful. Do you give a shit about having 5 cameras instead of 4?
No.
Do you give a shit about having Instagram filters that'll make you look 6 months younger, like Kim Kardashian?
That phone is not allowed on the internet.
This is pretty. All right. Oh, look, another one. Wait, let me... Oh, no, he disappeared. Okay, there's 2 of them right next to each other.
Fishies, yes.
Yes.
A lot of fishies.
I'm learning the proper form.
Yeah.
By watching. I have improper form. We probably would have gotten a lot further with the kayak yesterday if you were not, like, you know, if you didn't keep getting soaked. You have to figure out how to not get soaked in the kayak.
Oh yeah, that was so within my control. Yeah, thank you, dear.
I didn't get soaked at all. I barely got wet.
Shocker. One time I almost swung my paddle your way, but that would not have been nice.
Yeah.
But I did get soaked for some strange reason.
I was very accurate with the slings of my paddle.
You were very powerful with your paddle. I'm not sure if accurate is a term I would use in this instance.
I have a very accurate paddle, thank you. All right. Wimberley is a beautiful little town. I like this place. All righty, onwards and upwards.